Hey guys, it's Amber. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. I cannot believe that we are the same distance away from 2000 and 2050. Like, that is mind-blowing. But anyways, today we are going to do a get ready with me, and I will be sharing with you guys how to set goals and actually accomplish the goals that you set. A lot of the times people are really good about setting goals as the new year begins, which is great, but the problem that they have is actually accomplishing those goals that they set. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how you can actually accomplish those goals and the steps you need to take in order to accomplish them. So let's get into it. So now that my skin is almost fully prepped, I want you guys to begin with the most simple part of this whole process. Okay, everything I'm teaching today is actually very simple, but you just have to be able to stick to it and really sit down and do this. So if you're watching this video, pull out a notebook, pull out your notes on your laptop or your phone, and take notes as you're doing this. And then after you're done watching this video, actually sit down and work on those goals, or you can even do it as you're watching this video. So step number one is going to be categorizing your goals into different categories. For me personally, how I do it is based off of the book that I actually wrote. So if you guys don't know, I am an author. Let me actually show you the book. It's called Finding Your Fit, A Guide to Living Your Best Life. If you guys want to check it out, it is on Amazon, and I'll put the link down below as well. But basically, my book covers the 5 dimensions of wellness: your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social well-being, and how to master all 5 to live a well-rounded, fit life, essentially. Okay, so for you guys, as far as categorizing your goals, pick what categories work for you and what categories you have goals around. For me personally this year, it was definitely physical and health, of course, and then emotional and mental goals. I kind of put those together. And then spiritual and faith, I put that together. And then social and relationships go together. And then I add on top of this, of course, my business and finances. So those are my, 6-ish, 5-ish categories that I have. You can have more categories if you want, less categories. It doesn't really matter, but just do what works for you. So that's step number one. Figure out your categories before you even dive into setting these goals and writing them down. What categories do you want your goals revolved around, and what areas of your life do you want to work in bettering yourself? Once you're done with step number one, step number two is actually figuring out your goals. Okay, so a lot of you guys probably already have some goals that you have set, or you have in mind that you want to accomplish this year, or maybe it's in 5 years, or maybe you don't even know when you're going to accomplish it, but it's a goal that you have. Write those all down kind of in like a brain dump category area. Just like write out all the goals that you have. That's step number two. Then step number three, you're going to kind of categorize those and put them into the categories that you did for step number one. So let's say one of your goals is lose 50 pounds. Then you would put that in, the physical and health category. Let's say one of your goals is start a business. You would put that in maybe your career or business category. And then once you have all of those in your categories, this is the one step that a lot of people miss out on, okay? Because usually when people are setting goals, they set goals that are pretty big, right? Like starting a business, losing 50 pounds, those big goals that I just mentioned. But what I want you guys to do is break these big goals down into little goals. So how I call it is basically you are creating macro goals and micro goals. So what you're going to do next is basically take those macro goals. Macro is the big picture, right? So what are the big goals? Becoming a business owner, losing 50 pounds, writing a book, traveling to Europe, whatever those big goals are, write those down in the macro category. So you're going to take all of your categories you created and create 2 subcategories under it. One is going to be macro and one is going to be micro. So each big category will have 2 subcategories. So organize it that way. And then take the goals that you had written down, and I'm sure that the goals that you wrote down are majority macro goals because that's what a majority of people do. They have bigger goals. They don't like think of the smaller goals really. They think of things that are larger, like I just told you guys, which is totally fine. That's a great starting point. But that's what stops people from actually accomplishing their goal, because they don't think about what else they need to do to actually get there, right? They think of, oh, I need to lose 50 pounds, but they don't think about the little steps. And that's where the micro goal comes into play. So I'm just going to use that lose 50 pound example for the purpose of kind of explaining how to structure this. So under physical and health, you have macro, which is losing 50 pounds, your bigger goal, right? Then micro, which is your smaller goals. You have to set smaller goals for this to make that bigger goal achievable. So what you're going to do in the micro section is come up with short-term plans of how to accomplish that bigger goal. So the bigger goal is losing 50 pounds. So now in micro, how can you get to losing 50 pounds? Maybe step number 1 is getting a gym membership. Maybe another step you can add in there is going to the gym 3 times a week for the next 3 months. Kind of pushing yourself to making it a goal to go 3 times a week minimum for the next 3 months. Whatever it is, right? Because losing 50 pounds, realistically, you're not going to accomplish that in a month, maybe even not 2 months, and probably not even 3 months. It's kind of a longer term goal, right? So write down some of the shorter term plans to get to that longer term goal. Now, don't rush this process. Take time, sit down, relax, maybe grab yourself some tea, whatever it is that you want to do. Or if you're doing it while you're watching this video, don't just rush through it to come up with ideas. Like, actually sit down and think what is possible for you in your lifestyle, you know, depending on how your day-to-day looks. Maybe you're super busy and you don't have time to go to the gym, so maybe it's that you will have to start doing at-home workouts or taking walks every single evening and around your neighborhood, or whatever it is for you that works, right? So coming up with those answers for yourself, and nobody can do that but you, and only you know what you're capable of doing, which is the most exciting part. And don't sell yourself short on this, because you are capable. So set those big goals first, you know, and think about these big dreams that you have, because it makes it so much more fun, because then you get to break it down into little steps, and then every single day you will create for yourself, this is the final step, every single day you will create tasks that you need to do. I recommend setting aside like 3 tasks a day minimum, at least, if you can. I know some people aren't able to. I personally like to at least have 3 tasks every single day around my goals, and they're usually micro steps that I can take that are getting me closer to my bigger macro goal. Okay, so for example, if it is, you know, starting a business, okay, that's the bigger goal. Now micro goal is going to be, you know, kind of breaking those things down. Maybe first is creating a website, maybe second is coming up with a business plan, maybe third is whatever it is, right, you have written down in there. Then every single day I will write down things that I can do. Like the first day, 3 tasks that I can do. I can set up an email account for the business. I can go create the LLC. I can create the social media profiles. Those are 3 things that I can do, right? They're actionable tasks that are possible to do in 1 day of time frame. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is sit down and literally write down all of your macro goals, break them down into micro goals, and then every single week I would highly recommend you using your calendar. I am a huge proponent of Google Calendars. I live by Google Calendars. Everyone who knows me, I like force them to start using Google Calendars, because it truly has changed my life. And in there I write down the tasks that I need to do, and it just makes my life a lot easier. You're able to see it like in front of you. It's on your phone. You don't have to pull up a planner and look at all of your things that you need to do for the day. That might work for you. For me personally, I'm always out and about and busy, so I kind of like to have it at, you know, in my hand, my fingertips. So I like to have it on the Google Calendar. It keeps me organized, and also I set specific times in the day that work around my schedule. Since I do run multiple businesses, I do, you know, spend time with family, I do travel a lot, I work out in the morning every single day and go to the gym, so I schedule it around my day-to-day life and what I'm doing, I schedule those daily tasks around my schedule, and that gets me closer to accomplishing those micro goals, which in return are getting me to accomplish those macro goals, which are my long-term goals, so that way I can make sure that I am actually accomplishing the goals that I set for 2025. So that is how you set goals the right way and actually accomplish them. Alright, so the first thing that I would do after you watch this video is, if you weren't setting your goals while watching this video, go on your phone, download Google Calendars, and put in your Google Calendar a day and time that you are going to set goals. Literally schedule your time to sit down and write goals. So that way you are more organized in 2025, you are holding yourself accountable, it is going to be right in your face, popping up at you, so that way you know that you need to do it. Alright? I hope this video was helpful. I wanted to keep it short, simple, sweet, and helpful for you guys entering 2025. I hope you all have big, big dreams and goals that you will accomplish in 2025. I know you can and I know you will, but just make sure to do the steps and take the actions in order to actually accomplish those goals. You cannot just set goals and then not do anything after you write those goals down. You know, you make these vision boards, you write your goals down, you do all these things, but you need to make sure you're doing the little actions every single day to get you closer to accomplishing those bigger goals and turning your dreams into reality. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I am going to be trying to film a lot more YouTube videos in 2025. That is one of my goals, actually. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of you guys, and I hope you guys look forward to seeing more of me. Make sure to comment below, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.